Welcome back. This is part two. I'm just thinking to myself, like, I need to make sure that I'm not over revealing things. But then I was thinking to myself, I'm not saying names. I'm not going to put any of the details of my story in here, but I definitely am going to be honest and upfront with you all. I'm not here to disrespect anyone, including myself, Jesus. So let's get started. So I think the part one we left off on he fell in love with someone else, another woman that he was working with, and um, then we got divorced. I think he has a kid now, and everything like that. So he's doing his thing. So life after my divorce, it was weird because I struggled a lot. Um, I cried a lot. I was hurt. I was devastated. It took me a really long time because I just couldn't understand how somebody could say they're not in love with you and that they're actually in love with someone else, and you've put up with so much. I just thought that my sacrifice in the relationship was proof that I loved him, and that since I showed that proof, like a voucher, that he had to stay with me because that's love. No, it's not. Actually, you know what? I'm grateful that he messed around. I'm grateful that he got somebody else pregnant, and that he found someone that that just sort of meets him on every level that he needs. A suitable relationship for him, and so that's their business. That's not my business. So um, tally ho, have fun. Cheers to you. I don't have any ill wishes towards him or whoever he's with or his child or anything like that. I think that I hurt for myself, my past self, for allowing it to go on that long. You see what I'm saying? And so I made a lot of excuses for him, and I blamed myself for everything. And I just wasn't in a healthy mindset. So anyway, I saw him walking up. I said, "You're not allowed in my apartment. I don't want no evil spirits, no nothing. Meet me at the leasing office." I signed off on the papers. We chit-chatted for a few minutes, quite a long time, maybe an hour. And I'm so surprised because I thought I would be angry, and I was like, F you, blah, blah, blah. Like, I really thought that I was going to be like, how dare you? Look what God did for me. That's fine. Look at me. I'm blessed and highly favored. Like, no. God humbled me. hmm God humbled me um, to a point where I didn't even recognize who I was. I wasn't upset with him. I wasn't mad with him when I saw him. I even cracked a few jokes about the divorce. I had every right to be sick to my stomach and upset, but I'm so glad God turned it around. And so we signed off on it. I signed off everything, and he hugged me, and I hugged him. We held each other, and he's like, "I love you so much," and I told him I got love for you, and I hope that you're blessed in your life and your future choices and everything like that. And that was the last time I saw him. That was almost like, what, 2 years ago or something like that. And I felt liberated, y'all. I came back up to my apartment and I was crying. I thought I was going to be like devastated. I thought I was going to be crying. Like, it's officially over. He doesn't want me. Like, now it's for real, for real. Like, he doesn't care about me. But it's like, baby girl, he didn't care for a long time. The papers really only made it final legally, but his actions showed um, too many times for a long time that it was over. It was just me. So I said before, I'm one of God's hardest students. I'm very stubborn. I'm headstrong a bit. These are things I know about myself. and I allow God to move in my life and to help me, because I cannot do it on my own. I tried it. It was a fumble. It was a failure. I looked a hot mess, fool. Um, I made a fool of myself. I stayed in a situation, in situations longer than I should have, and I wasted time. So anyway, I came home. I called my friend. I was like, "Girl, it's official. We're divorced." I signed the papers, and I was just like thanking God. And I started looking around my home, and I was like, wow, I could have never touched the places, been to areas, felt the emotions that I'm feeling and have experienced if I hadn't have let go of what I thought defined me. I allowed that relationship to define me so much, y'all. I was scared on my own. That's why I think it was so hard for me to let go. I was so afraid to be by myself because I didn't know who I was. I completely bathed myself in marriage and my wifely duties and my ex, that I knew him and I knew the circumstances that I was put through, that we were both challenged in, more than I knew myself. I couldn't I couldn't I couldn't answer any questions about myself. I started journaling shortly after, and I couldn't answer the questions, and I got so frustrated with myself because I was like, I don't even know who I am. I can't even answer these simple questions. Like, what? Have I really been that blinded to the things that I like, what I don't like, opportunities, experiences? What are my hobbies? What are my likes and dislikes? Y'all, I really didn't know all this stuff about me. Like, I knew it when I was a teen and in my early 20s a little bit, like, being with him, or just being young, because, you're just so involved with yourself that the world really doesn't matter. It's just like your selfish period in life. So you're like, I like this kind of music. But no, like when I was on my own, I was like, okay, y'all, this is scary. Like, I don't know who I am. It's too quiet in here. I don't know what to eat. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to drive. I don't know what to say. I'm scared to play music. Like, y'all, I was traumatized. And I started looking at myself more. I started developing hobbies and interests and taking a chance on myself. Um, I started socializing a bit more. Not a lot, but more. And then I started to make new friends. I started to say yes to more outings. I started to decorate my home in colors and decorations that completely describe my love for myself and my life. Now, I don't always like who I am. Let me put it this way: I don't always love myself. But on the days that I don't, or I have a hard time loving myself, I like who I am. I do. There are a lot of qualities that I possess that are valuable and, you know, fun and humorous and comforting. And as I'm making this video, I am sort of going through a depression. And I know it may not look like that, but that's because I've learned to like myself on the days that I don't love myself. I've learned that I like myself enough to take a break. I like myself enough to go explore the things that I love to do, or to take it easy, or to remind myself who God says I am in those times. These are all things I never would have did. It would have just been a bash party about how I hate myself and how I'm ready to end my life. Y'all, seriously, there's several times I almost ended my experience here on earth because I hated myself. There wasn't one attribute that I liked about myself. So anyway, um, I started to pour into myself. I started to decorate. I started to, like, these are the holidays that you like. This is why you like it. These are the kind of conversations that you like. This is the type of humor that you like. These are the colors that make your heart sing. These are the songs that make you feel safe and seen and confident. Like, these are the Bible verses that are, revealing to you the many ways that God loves and cares about you and how he rescued you and pulled you up out of that storm and out of that darkness. Like, all of those things started to become like just an explosion of confetti, a confetti of love that literally rained down on me. And I just like, whoa, like, I'm sort of liking myself a little bit. Now, I'm struggling in some areas, but I'm liking myself. And on the days that, like, I really took care of myself, on the days that I didn't really love myself, I only liked myself, I started to love myself through those circumstances. What I mean is, like, not making the same mistakes or not spiraling. Now, sometimes I still do, but not to the extent that I used to, where there's just like, oh no, this is going to be bad. But no, now I'm like, whoa, girl, like, you're doing it. You're functioning. You're not just for surviving. You're not just existing. You are living. You are trying. You're trying your best. You're showing up for yourself. Um, and so that to me was like, oh, that's love. I love myself. I love myself on the days that I don't like myself because the love that's inside of me starts to blossom in my darkest days. It's almost like a reminder to get up. Like, remember, you are loved. You are seen. You are important. You do bring a lot to the table for yourself. And whatever you desire to do is oh so possible. It's oh so possible. You are a rare human. You're unique. You're strange. You're you're off topic sometimes. You're funny. Um, you're honest. You're caring. You're nurturing. And those are great qualities to have in just an individual. And I've learned to sit in my love. And that felt uncomfortable because at some times I was like, oh my gosh, it's just me. I have no one to say I love you to. I have no one to say, you know, um, you can do it. And then as I'm learning to love myself and progress, I'm like, but God is saying that to you. God's saying he loves you. God's saying that when you're weak, I'm strong. God is saying that he is more than you will ever need. That I am enough on my own. That he searched high and low and every, you know, inch of the globe for someone like me to be sent off into this world to share my love with other people. There's something unique about me. There's something unique about you that the world loves and the world needs. And if the world hasn't, you know, evolved yet, it's because your presence hasn't been there yet. The certain places in my life that I need to progress and I need to evolve, and then certain places in life and in the world that I see really need to change, I think it's because those spaces of opportunity are waiting for me. So don't give up on yourself. Just because past relationships didn't work, just because you're still learning to like yourself, just because you're still learning to love yourself, It doesn't mean that there's no use for you. The world needs more of us. The world needs more of you. Dr. Seuss says, there's no one more youer than you, and that could not be more true. There's no one that has your design. No one has your autograph on life. And we have to learn how to utilize that in the world today and in the relationships. Whether they fail or they prosper, we bring a lot to those relationships. So this is probably going to be a series of some sort about my dating and relationship and my journey and everything like that. But I hope that you guys will learn to like yourself and in due time know that God loves you and that you're doing just fine. I'll see you guys later for the part 3, and peace out. And I give you all my love and all my heart. See you guys soon. Bye.